The question is, why don't most salon and spa websites generate more customers for their owners?
Well, that's a good question, Big A, and I'm glad that you asked that. Salon and spa websites typically don't generate new clients because they're not built correctly from the get-go. There's a lot of functions and features that need to be in there to generate clients. There's two things with websites. One is being found on the internet, and the second is once you are found, converting that client into, or I'm sorry, converting that visitor into a client. So those two functions need to be in place to generate clients. If you have one and you're missing the other, it's not going to work. And most websites are not built correctly with both of those features and functions in place. They're built to look pretty, so you can show your friends and family how nice of a website you have, but when it comes right down to it, they don't generate clients. So those websites need to be built from the get-go so they can be found on the internet, and once they are found, they'll convert the visitor into a client.
Yeah, and I could just add that you know, a lot of people think a website is a business. All it really is a delivery mechanism for your message. So, an electronic delivery system. So your message still has to be direct response driven in order for people to respond. And so we find out all the time that salon and spa owners have these pretty sites that cost them a lot of money to build, but they're not direct response driven. So if someone does find it, they're not going to get any results from it. But in most cases, they're not even being found either. So it's a two-step process. It's got to be found, and then once it's found, it's got to have the right characteristics in it to convert a visitor to a client.
I'll just give you one little tidbit of information as well. If you're the domain name for your website is the name of your business, you're losing clients as we speak. Because the name of your business has no relationship with the search words that are being put in the search engines, being Google, MSN, Bing, and however else many there are. Your name has no relevance to what people are searching for. Your services in your city that you live in, the demographic area, they have relevance. So with that being said, if you are using a domain name that is the name of your business, you are not getting the clients that you should from the internet.
Yeah, I mean, the beautiful thing about the internet is everybody that is doing a search has a want for your product or service, the services that you offer, and they're out there looking. And if you're not being found, and if you don't have that direct response driven site, then they're going to a competitor. So you really want to get this straightened out as soon as you can, because that's where the future's going.
Right, and let me add too that I want you to think of the search engines in this regard. When you go and sit down and type in, let's use Google as an example, you type in something that you're looking for. Google considers you a customer of theirs, and the results that come up on your search are the businesses that Google is recommending to you based on what you typed in that little box there on Google. So when your website is built, it has to be built from top to bottom in a way that Google is going to fall in love with your website. And there's certain function features and many things that need to be on there to capitalize as much as you can in that process. So when you get all of that right and you continue to do and put together what the search engines are asking for, when you get all of that stuff done correctly on your website and you continue to do it, you're going to be highly recommended by the search engines to their customers. And their customers are the people who are sitting down, just like you have probably thousands of times, sat down and typed in something that you're looking for on the internet. So that's a really good way to think of it.